Welcome back to Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host, Dmac, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. Welcome back, guys. And today I want to talk about Crackdown 3. Because Crackdown 3 came out a couple days ago, and everybody's clowning the game, saying that the graphics are garbage, the game is mediocre, and things like that. So I decided to go back and look at reviews from Crackdown 1 and 2. And when I did, basically said it's a mayhem game that you go have fun. There's no story to the game. The gameplay mechanics are not amazing, not awesome. They had lock-on systems for 1 and 2. And so I'm thinking to myself, why everybody giving Crackdown 3 such a hard time when they just made another Crackdown similar to the other two Crackdowns? Now I know what you guys gonna say out there. You're gonna say, well, they're talking about having the cloud power where you play multiplayer and the destruction is supposed to be amazing. The physics is supposed to be awesome on it, and they let us down on that. I understand that. And far as other games like God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, they didn't really do any innovations in the game, but they have never done that for the previous two Crackdowns. So why do you think they're going to do it for Crackdown 3? It's a cartoon-like style gameplay and aesthetics, and it's just there for you to go and cause mayhem. Now, I only played the campaign so far, and I got to say, it's fun. I mean, it is what it is. It's okay. It's not a great game. It's not an awesome game. It's an okay game. Similar to the last two Crackdown. So I'm just trying to figure out why everybody's so upset. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the reasons why people feel like Crackdown 3 should have been much better than what it was. And I'll give you my opinion on why I feel like people are giving this game such a hard time when they know the previous two Crackdowns wasn't as innovative. The first Crackdown was innovative because it's the first type of game that came out on the 360. Crackdown 2 wasn't no better. A lot of people prefer Crackdown 1 over 2. And some people prefer 2 over 1. And so when Crackdown 3 came out, a lot of people expected it to be innovative, totally different. New gameplay mechanics, maybe a solid story. And the multiplayer is supposed to be on point, and the physics for the destruction of the building is supposed to be eye-opening. And it wasn't. Now, when they first started talking about Crackdown 3 back in two E3s ago, they were talking about how the power of the cloud is going to allow them to have more realistic building explosions and things like that. They was hyping the game up, and a lot of people was buying the hype. And time again, I've always said, don't get too hyped about a game. If you like the series, if you like the game, and you like the previous game before it, get excited just be knowing that you can get a new installment. Don't be buying into what they selling when they talking about it's going to do this, it's going to do that, because a lot of developers in the last couple of years have been shortchanging us when it comes to finished products. And a lot of people feel like Crackdown 3 was not a finished product. But I had to disagree. It is a finished product. It's a finished product, and it is what it's supposed to be. Now, I don't know really what happened with the cloud power that they're supposed to have for the multiplayer. I haven't really got a chance to get into the multiplayer yet, but I will over the weekend, and I'll do a follow-up video. Let you know what I think about the multiplayer. But as far as the campaign and the gameplay mechanics, it's just like Crackdown 1 and 2. A lot of people was complaining about the lock-on system, and you have to you have to lock on, and it's lock-ons in the multiplayer as well. Well, I didn't really go into 1 and 2 with the multiplayer part. It was a lot of co-op. I don't know if it had the same gameplay mechanics when it came to multiplayer, which it probably did. There was lock-on systems, but you didn't have to lock on. And a lot of people are upset because you have to lock on to actually aim now. And the difficulty, there is none. And a lot of people said about that. But if you think about it, Crackdown 1 and 2 was the same way. No matter what level you put it on, it was basically easy to play because it was just a sandbox mayhem game that you go in and you just blow people up. I mean, that's all Crackdown was, and I don't understand why the gaming community feel like Crackdown 3 was a letdown. I don't know what they was expecting. Was they expecting some new innovation in Crackdown 3? Did they say they was revamping the whole system, the gameplay mechanics, the narrative, and all that? No, they didn't say that. All they said was they bringing back a beloved series that people love. And when people heard about that, people was really hyped for it because they haven't got a Crackdown in a long time. But like I said before, I don't understand why people expectations was higher than what it's supposed to be, because the previous installments were no better no better than the next. So I don't understand why they got so frustrated. Well, I kind of understand. They was looking for something different. They was looking for a whole new gameplay mechanics. They was looking for more fixes when it comes to the destruction. Like Marvel Spider-Man, the fixes for traversing throughout the city was amazing. Now a lot of people like Crackdown traversal because they can jump like Hulk across places without using vehicles and things like that. That's still there. The orb's still there. The upgrade system is still there. It's still a semi RPG, but there's no new mechanics, and people are upset about that. And I'm just trying to understand why they're upset. I mean, it'd be different if we was told that it's gonna be new gameplay mechanics. It's gonna be new graphics. The aesthetics is going to be more superior from the previous installments. If they were saying things like that, then I understand people's reason to be super upset and getting out of pocket. I don't understand it. Now, when I talked to the Mad Gamer about it, he was okay with it. He said it's just like the other. It was just like the previous Crackdowns. There's nothing different about it. It's just Crackdown 3 and Crackdown 2 and 1 was totally different because 1 you fought only humans. Crackdown 2 you also had mutants. So a lot of people was looking for Crackdown 3 to bring something different to the gameplay mechanics where the enemies are different. When enemies are humans and robots. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why people are so bent out of shape about this game. First of all, if you got Game Pass, you play it for free. You play it for free. So if you have reservations about it, just get Game Pass. I think first time subscribers to Game Pass can get Game Pass for $1 or $2 or $3 for a couple months, and play the game. Play a couple hours, 8 hours of it, and then judge it for yourself. But just going off IGN and a lot of these other gaming websites, they don't always be accurate when it comes to reviewing games. We don't really look at them to give us a good, real estimate of what a game worth is. That's why a lot of people come to YouTube, come to something that's real, so they can really get a feel of what the game is about and if the game is something for them. So I don't know why we being bent out of shape about it. I don't understand. And Microsoft is making big moves, and I feel like in this year and the next couple of years, Microsoft is going to start pumping out really expensive, exciting games. We got to give them time. Everybody's on Microsoft case. Everybody's complaining about Microsoft. And then come to find out also when I'm doing research for this video that Microsoft is going to be putting the Xbox Live thing on the Switch. Think how many possibilities that's going to open up. I mean, Microsoft is making big moves. They're going into a service-based business, just like a lot of these big corporations like Sony and Nintendo. So this is where the future is headed, and a lot of people feel like this is all they're gonna get from Microsoft is mediocre games, and I don't think so. I think that Microsoft is preparing to do a lot more, and I think this E3 is gonna be really surprising for a lot of people if they actually tune in. But let me know what you think about Crackdown 3. Have you played the previous Crackdowns 1 and 2? What did you think about them? Did you think they was different or similar? Do you feel like that they could have did more for Crackdown 3 as far as graphics and gameplay wise? Do you feel like the lock-on system was something they should have trashed when people didn't like it in 2? Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for staying to the end of the video. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, helps out the channel. Make sure you share, it also helps out. If you want to see more content from your boy Dmac, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Be notified when I upload more content. And as always, stay